Let's start with this horrific story, and that happened in the Creighton settlement in the Harry Gwala district municipality in KwaZulu-Natal. People there absolutely horrified after the murder of two teenage girls. The 18-year-old schoolgirls were hacked to death. One body was found on Sunday. The second was found yesterday. A 21-year-old suspect has appeared in court in connection with the killings. Our senior reporter Dessen Zathia has been following the story today. Dessen, in Women's Month, a horrific story. Two young women on the cusp of living their lives to the full die in such a horrific way. What do we know about these crimes? Were these two girls killed together? What possible motive could there have been for this?
It's always the case, Sal. I mean, we hear about this in Women's Month every single year, but it's also these types of crimes affect women every single day of the year on any other month as well. And in this particular case, I mean, the community of Creighton, and that's a very quiet area that we're talking about. And this type of crime has certainly shocked that community. And, you know, if I had to just go into the details of how this happened, it's not only horrific, but it's also bizarre, because the accused in this case is known to the girls, but also to the community. In fact, he's one of the local young men that they know. And in fact, he had visited that property previously. So the question now is what went wrong and what led to that murder on that day. On Saturday night at about 7 o'clock, the reports that we're getting from that property, from those that live there, is that he entered that area, walked straight up to an electricity line, tried to cut that so that he would then have the area covered in darkness before he made his way to that back room where those girls were staying. So Minenhle and Amanda were staying on this property. They were put up by a family there because their homes are too far away from a high school. So the Ganyani High School is not far from this property where the crime actually occurred. And this 21-year-old then went into that back room and attacked them. While he was attacking the one and hacking her with an axe, a small axe, as we were told, the other one was inside. So all of this happened within a few minutes. He then attacked the other one. And we understand from what the police are saying that second victim was then taken to a bush about 5 minutes away. So horrible story. And as you mentioned in your intro study, these were girls with big dreams, one of them wanting to be a doctor. We spoke to the family of Minenhle Buthelezi. She'd lost both her parents and then were taken in by the Nchagases. And that's the family that we visited. So it certainly left an impact. Let's listen to what one of the neighbors there at her homestead, where she comes from, had to say about her.
And ngathi azange afeyile lo mntwana since afika la emlethweni azange afeyile nje lo mntwana ubethi nje yo ayisiphoxekile and bekuyi flower elihle okanye imbali.
I can only imagine how Minenhle and Amanda's family must be feeling. Absolutely horrific. These two girls getting close to finishing their schooling careers, high ambitions, and now they're gone. Talk to us about how the family is doing and the broader community as well as the school.
I'm horrified by what's happened. And, you know, I think what's added insult to injury is that although the police worked quite quickly and arrested that suspect on Sunday already, on the Monday, when they had taken him to an area where he was meant to point out where the second body was, he escaped and he was gone for a few hours. And according to reports from the community, he managed to get across a river while in shackles and get over to an abandoned house, or a house that was, on a certain property where no one was living in. And he stayed there and eventually was caught and then brought to court on Tuesday. So already there was concern at that point, and even the provincial government going as far as saying that they thank the community for not taking the law into their own hands. But beyond that, in the initial crime and anything relating to the accused, there's also a sense of anxiety and fear in that community, because in the past, they say they haven't seen anything like this. And it then now opens up the door to them thinking, but what if crimes like this will continue in this community? What if other people had to commit such crimes? So there's a lot of fear. But we are told now by the Social Development Department in KwaZulu-Natal that they will be offering services there. They will be offering counseling. One of the people that has taken that up, I know, is the man who comes from the property where the girls were staying. He was there to find, he actually found the body of those of one of the girls. Let's listen to what Nonhlanhla Khoza had to say. She's the Social Development MEP in KZN.
We are very disturbed by this news, but we have dispatched our social workers to come here and assist the family. They have been here from the 1st of August. They have been here just to be with the family, and they have identified some gap within the family, and you can see that the family is a destitute family. So we have provided that psychosocial support to the family itself, and we are going to extend our psychosocial support to the school as well.
Well, I suppose the only comfort is that there has been a swift arrest of a suspect, but what an absolutely awful story. Desin Vathia, senior reporter in KwaZulu-Natal, an important one nonetheless. Thank you very much for joining us. And we